I started playing softball at the age of 5. It became my first love and something that I knew it was going to be a part of my life for a long time.
When we brought her to campus for an official visit, we knew that she was a great fit for us. She had just a great sparkle in her eye, she had a passion for the game, and she seemed to fit the puzzle exactly. Kaylee, we refer to her as 𝗧𝗵𝗲, started to experience some hip pain late in the spring in 2022.
The first time I noticed the hip pain must have been in lift. I would just feel a kind of pinch in my hip, and then that transitioned into playing and going right and left and just pushing off base paths to start running.
Kaylee's resilient. She's tough. For her to complain of pain, it's concerning because she never complains.
I went home for the summer and was just kind of hoping that rehab and stretching would kind of heal that pain through time. Eventually I would come back for my junior year, and that pain just kind of grew intense to the point that hip was just kind of giving out and I couldn't really support my weight on my left hip anymore. Cancer was never on my radar of things that I thought it could have been.
I was thinking tendinitis, or maybe her hip flexor again, So I was thinking everything but that.
The day that I got the diagnosis, I was alone and immediately shocked. And then it was the fact of having to tell my mom that she would have to put her life on hold to take care of another one of her kids for cancer.
Her brother had just battled through his own non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And we knew that it was a journey that the family had gone through and was embarking on again. When we found out that she was diagnosed with a tumor in her hip, and it was Ewing sarcoma, not only was it a shock to myself, but to my staff and to the entire team.
When she went home for treatment, we all sent messages all the time, like as much as we could, to let her know that we're there for her.
For a while, I used to text her just random little text messages like, hey, attack the day, have fun, love you, different things, and that's what kept me attached to her.
I was actually out of town when I got the news. I broke down, she broke down, but once we saw each other again, I informed her everything will be well, everything's gonna be good, to believe in yourself, believe in God, and we'll get through this.
She's the ultimate example of a superwoman. Like, everyone in the school, every one of her friends, everyone on the softball team sees her as a superwoman.
My treatment plan was, as my oncologist said, a marathon, not a sprint. Phase 1 was 3 months of chemotherapy, and phase 2 would then be the surgery, which I received a partial hip replacement and upper reconstruction of the femur. Phase 3, which was a 22-week plan of kind of that same rotation of chemotherapy to then reach the finish line.
She knew she was gonna beat it. She knew she was gonna walk again. Eventually she will play again. She's made that promise.
Throughout my entire process, I received so much support from my team. Just kind of being a part of that culture.
I think with 𝗧𝗵𝗲, I knew she'd beat it. It was just a matter of when.
He's like, oh, hit a home run. I said, will do. I am back on campus doing regular student athlete things, going to PT and recovery. I like to consider myself as an injury reserve right now on the team. Moral, emotional support for my teammates in any aspect that they needed.
She was always a part of the team, but obviously now she's going to see softball from a different perspective.
March 7th this year was a big milestone for myself. I got my Metaport removed and officially done with all of my treatment.
I'm actually seated in bed number 5, which I take that as a good luck sign. Let's get this baby out of there.
Getting that out was a big step. And then it was just that accomplishing feeling like I did it and we did it and, you know, we're through this once and for all.